So on the EVS side, that one's kind of sometimes a little difficult because it's a non-revenue department, completely non-revenue. Utilizing your GPO as much as you possibly can. If you have the opportunity to have a really good working relationship with, if you have a purchasing department that helps you navigate some of that, that is a great way to really get those cost savings, make sure you're getting in, instead of 3 products that are the same thing, getting it down to where it's standardized because it makes it easier for the supply chain, those kind of deals. Working with your suppliers, there's different companies that you can lease from instead of purchasing that may save you money in the long run. We do our own laundry, so some laundry we do ourselves, others because of maybe the numbers just we can't keep up with, we lease. Just trying to find those balances to save money in those areas. And then just keep an eye on your bottom line. Keep an eye on what you budgeted for. If something goes off key, make sure that's right. It's going to happen. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't, but at least you know why, and then you're more prepared in the future. Or if something goes offline and it wasn't supposed to be, that high, or you notice maybe your supply cost was really low that month, what made that difference? Just paying attention to that makes a huge difference, especially on the EVS side, because again, you don't have that revenue to offset any of that.
Right.
And labor especially. Make sure you're staffed appropriately for the amount of space you have or what work you are doing, because that'll kill your department. And that is your largest cost.
It's really managing the FTE load based on the number one, total square footage, but also the type of space. So the time it takes to clean and disinfect a patient room or an operating room versus, say, a public area, it's like night and day. They're completely different products, different results that you're looking for, and time commitment. So it would seem to me that if you're going to be managing your EVS, you better know the square footage of all types of spaces so that when the conversations come around your FTEs and your labor pool, you can justify and say, hey, I've got this many square feet of clinical space that I have to disinfect, and I've got this many square feet of spaces that are just public areas that just have to stay clean and nice, and really approach it from that point of view.
And there's great tools out there to help you navigate that and telling you how many minutes should be spent in those areas in order to clean those. It also comes down to the tools you're using. So like your public areas, like your corridors, if you're doing it manually compared to a writing machine, those numbers are going to vary. So there's great tools out there, and you're right, you need to know the square footage of every bathroom.
Yeah.
Every patient room, every office.
Yeah.
And so that you can do that appropriately for the size of your facility. And yeah, it makes a big difference. Now, if you're doing extra things also, say using the ultraviolet lights or going in with the electrostatic sprayers, that's going to add a little more time on there because that's another step that you're adding into that process.